Yeah. So what's our next section? Sorry.
It
Oh yeah.
is
See,
animes and series that we want to get into.
yeah. So I I mean, I had a huge list. We could be on this for a while. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I literally just opened my Crunchyroll app. I have a ton of things on my wish list that I've either watched or am interested in watching, and a lot of these are still on the interested in watching.
Yeah, I got to 9 before I was like, I don't know how far we should go.
Maybe you should just pick a
So,
handful. I don't know. I'll pick only the new ones that I know about coming out or are currently releasing or continuing
yeah.
on that I want to keep on watching. I'll go for that.
Okay.
So,
Shoot.
the first one, which I'm currently watching, I've actually read the manga for this as well. I can't wait to. It's just beginning as a manga. It's only like a few. I think it's 29 chapters that's in the series or something like that. But it's
Okay.
called Jack of All Trades, Party of None.
Okay.
I'm actually very interested in seeing this progress. The main character is a um, enchanter. He's a support member of the party originally, um, and he was like an A class swordsman that switched over to enchanting for his party to pretty much make it more balanced, so they could keep on going further down into this dungeon, which his team's gone down the furthest in the dungeon. Um, and
Okay.
he actually gets replaced. They say that he's not good enough as
Oh.
a chapter, so he gets quit. He gets fired and has to kind of figure out where he's going from there. It ends up in a very interesting series so far that I've seen, and it shows that he's not as weak as they think he is.
Okay.
he was pretty much carrying the party, and they didn't even realize it.
Sounds like some different like I don't know, grown up like different lobbies where you're playing a game with some friends and then you're carrying and dragging them through and they're anyway.
Yep.
All to say is gamers I'm sure can relate.
Oh yeah. We've all had that moment where we're just carried a team.
Yep, get in the backpack. All right. Well, my so a lot of mine we 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 kind of talked about lightly of the different level of experience or knowledge or variety in anime and manga between us. So mine I don't necessarily know a lot of them, but some of them I do know and I could talk, more in depth about. Some I don't know enough and I want to check it out because I've heard a million things on it. So the first one is Attack on Titan. I watched a couple episodes on Netflix years ago. And I think I was watching it with my wife and then I think we only got a couple episodes in and then like never picked it up again. So that is something that I want to get back into. I do sadly know spoilers because it has been so long. But I mean, other than that, I
It's
mean,
hard not
I,
to get spoilers for
yeah,
that show, and I've always pretty much I've been spoiled so badly. I decided just to watch a lore video instead of watching the whole series.
there you go.
Um,
Yeah,
yeah.
I might read it. That's normally what I do if I want to get through it, unless there's like some crazy animation, which like I forgot what I was reading. Oh, it was something else that's on my list, but it was Solo Leveling. I read all of that, but I didn't watch everything yet, and it looks great every time I see
Oh,
it.
they did a really good job animating it. I'm not sure how I feel about. I like solo leveling. I don't at the same time. I could see some people have some bad things to say about it, and they don't say it. It got a lot of hype very early on, and it's kind of one
Yep,
of the things that it is a bit overhyped for what it is. But
I think so. Yeah,
I
yeah.
still
Maybe
think
we
it's a
can.
good show. I think it's a good series. Still, I'm willing to watch it,
Yeah,
and I have watched
yeah,
it. I'm caught up with that one.
yeah. That one I think I only watched a couple episodes when up until he meets. I think his name's Igris. His red soldier that he eventually gets.
Mm-hmm.
As a shadow, and then the rest of it I read all the way through. And so I'll just skip since we're already talking about it, and then you could do two back, and I'll do two back.
Yeah, fair enough.
So yeah, yeah. The next one I had was Solo Leveling Ragnarok. I think it takes place after, and I haven't read anything on it. I know it has to do with his son, I guess. Um,
I have not even heard of
but
that, so I'm gonna have to look it up.
yeah, yeah, I think it's like the next series after Solo Leveling.
Yeah, because Solo Leveling's completed, at least the
Yep,
manga form or comic, whatever it's technically under.
I think it's called Ragnarok. I think I just went by memory. Let me look it up. Yeah, it is Ragnarok. Okay, but yeah, that. So yeah, I read all of the manga. I didn't watch all the anime yet. But I did want to continue reading to go see what's happening. I think that is still ongoing. Uh, but I did like it enough to go research it a lot and check it out.
Yep. Since we're doing ongoing stuff, I got two ongoing that I want to chat about. First one is Shangri-La Frontier. Um, I love that series. I'm actually reading the manga of it right now to see where it goes. The I've watched. It has two seasons right now, and there is a third one that's been confirmed and in the making. We're waiting for it to finally release, which I can't wait for because it seems like every season ends at like a cliffhanger point.
Yeah.
I don't know if there is good spots to end most of that series. So,
What's it about?
so the main character is what was his name? In the game, he goes by Son Raku, which is a play on his actual name,
Okay.
Rakuro Hizutomi. That's it.
Okay.
Um, he he actually plays. It's VR, full VR, full dive, kind of like Sword Art Online if you've seen that, or there's a ton of other series that do it as well. Uh, so he's full dive into a game, and he's known for playing like the worst games imaginable. Like you know how we have bloatware and stuff like that. He'd pretty much be playing every single bloatware out there. Especially the lower the
Okay.
rating, the better for him.
Okay.
And he gets talked into playing Shangri-La Frontier, which is considered a god game or the top tier. And he's kind of dives into it and really gets into the game and loves the challenge of it because there's actually they have 12 colossi if I remember, 7 colossi. Yeah. They have colossi in the game. I got to remember the exact number, but he
Okay.
actually runs into one pretty early on, like a Gon the Night Slayer, and completely gets owned. I mean, this guy's level 20 at this point, and yeah, he just gets smashed. But he does well enough that Lycagon puts a mark on him that makes it so he can't wear armor on the top or on the any legs or anything like that. He pretty much cannot
No.
cover the mark, and it's hilarious what happens with that. uh, Pretty much him going through that game, and also it jumps around to other games every now and then. So early on, he jumps to another game to play with another friend, Katso. Um, he plays Berserk Online Passion, nickname's Burp, which is
Okay.
a glitchy as all heck fighting system that people just love to fight and use as many glitches as they can on it.
Yeah.
And another example is they go into he gets frustrated at one point because he can't use this mech that he got in SLF. So he's like, okay, I'm gonna jump over to this game so you can play with the mech, and it's actually a game where you're playing as people who could actually control the mechs. So you have to actually think about it. It's not like a control pad in front of you or anything. You're actually playing as the mechs. And you can jump
Okay.
in and out of the mechs in a person. But he says it takes a lot of thought process and everything to get the mechs to work right for you. So
Interesting. That sounds like a fun show.
it is.
Okay.
I really like it. And I can't wait for the third season to come out. The
Nice.
other ongoing one that I want to see is Deliciousness in Dungeon, which is on Netflix. It is a series where the main group, one of the main group's sister gets eaten by a dragon, but luckily they can resurrect her if they get to her in time. But they don't have any supplies, so they don't have money to get supplies either because they get forcibly warped out of that area, and they have to go into the dungeon again. And they decide instead, we're just gonna eat all the monsters and everything that's around us. and it's pretty awesome actually. Going through it and seeing what they create and the different monsters that they encounter, and it's another one that I really can't wait to see more of.
Yeah. Okay. Those sound good.
Yep,
I've never heard of either of them, but they both sound fun.
you're up. I'm not sure how many of these we're gonna get to because I haven't done.
Yeah. Let's see. This one is a very another probably basic if you're going off like the top list of anything, right? Is Jujutsu Kaisen or JJK. I had started I think I watched it was like I don't think on like Crunchyroll compared to Netflix the seasons are apples to apples, but I watched one season on Netflix and then I don't know. I thought
I
that was all that
think
was
they
it, and then
are.
I saw
That's
random.
actually also on my
Okay.
list, so I'll point that out.
Okay. Yeah, I think yeah, and I watched whatever it was probably a couple years ago now. Anyway, I need to come back and I want to read and watch it because the animation is fun to watch it, and then obviously reading it because I like to get ahead and know the story to see if I want to like actually go back and spend more time to watch it. But I'm pretty sure I'll want to watch this too. But yeah, that one I think is a no brainer to most folks. It's pretty popular, especially right now. I know it's the manga's ended. I don't know if the anime is. I don't think the anime is anywhere close yet. But anyway, so JJK is another one for me. And then we talked about it before, but I want to finish going through the Pokemon manga. I read Red's story. I think that's volume one. It's huge. Like you read all of it, and then it goes on to Yellow, and then it goes. It kind of like follows the way that the games came out. I think as far as how they're named. I think I got halfway through Yellow, like I don't know, maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago. So I'd have to probably dust off some rest of like what's going on and everything. But at that point, they hadn't spoilers, I guess. They hadn't saved Red yet. So I know that's going to be coming up. But anyway,
The Pokemon manga's been out, especially that
I
part
know
has been
that's why
out
it's
for a
kind of
very
like
long
I wrote of
time.
like, yeah, it's spoilers, but
I mean,
like, come
each
on.
generation has their own manga series. Like I said, I got to Diamond and Pearl. I thought
Yeah.
that one kind of irked me. It just I didn't really care for the characters, so I could try to get back into that one though. That probably wouldn't be too bad of an idea. See if I can get past that little branch because usually as soon as they get done with this segment, you don't see them a whole lot except for red, blue, gold, and silver. You see them a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean it, when I first found out that this manga even existed, um I the only reason I saw it was like there was like a panel of like Mewtwo fighting Darkrai, and then Red was behind Mewtwo, I think. And then I went, "Oh my god, this is real!" Like I thought this was fan made, you know. And then I looked it up, found the whole thing, read all of Red's stuff, at least in the beginning. None of that happened yet, which makes sense. And I was like, okay, that means Red's going to be coming back, so I'm excited, you know. Anyway, so yes, those were my next two that I'm somewhere in the backlog. Maybe we can prioritize them with us in the community. But those are my next
I mean, I
in
got a
the
lot of
list.
manga notes. I'm actually intending to put out all the mangas and manhwas, comics, everything that I'm keeping track of, reading and doing. I'll probably put that up there up a little bit later because I've got to just make an Excel and just put it on there where I'm reading it and how I like it so far and what chapter I'm on.
Yeah,
I'm intending to do that. I don't know if I could do the same with the anime because that'd be a huge list. I don't know. I could probably add that in there somewhere.
we can. A fun thing too, right? Because we made a Discord for anyone that wants to come join, hang out, interact with us. Get throw segment ideas, throw recommendations to read, watch. We could go put stuff in there to go organize with folks of like what they want to see. It doesn't have to be big podcast format. We could just go and record and upload a video like here's where we're at.
Yeah.
And it can be in the podcast. We can trim it out. So yeah.
I'll go with my next selections. Since you did a manga one and a Anime one, I will do the same. So I got Isekai Office Worker as the anime. This other world, this is another one that has a stupidly long name. The Other Worlds book depends on the bean counter. It's something that caught my eye on Crunchyroll, and I've been meaning to watch. Unfortunately, it's one of the ones that's subbed only at the moment. I'd love to see. There's a ton of series I'd love to see dubbed, just because I don't always I can't always just watch it. I have to sometimes just have it on the background and just pay attention to it so often when I'm doing projects and other things. And so I that's the reason why I tend to watch more dub than sub. I do have a few sub series that I am keeping track of and doing anything. For manga, I need to get caught up with One Piece. That is on my list. I'm literally at the start of um, the arc where Luffy gets Gear 5.
Ooh. Okay.
I need to read that. I want to see. I want to see Luffy Gear 5 in the manga, and I'll eventually. I don't know how I'm gonna do the anime because it is such a time sink. Because I keep on trying to get into
It
it. I would
is.
watch a bunch of sections of it. And I'll be like, I'm One Pieced
Mm-hmm.
out. Need to take a break. I think anime wise, I'm up to when they're just getting to um, oh, Big Mama's area. I forget what the
Okay.
arc name is. So I've yet to
That's a
finish
lot further
season
than
one.
me. Yeah, yeah. You mentioned, yeah, that's the longest season now, right?
Yeah,
Is One Piece. Yeah. Yeah, so I'll piggyback off of what you just said with because that was your two, right?
yeah.
Um, so One Piece is on mine. Uh, and while we're on the One Piece topic, you'll laugh at how far behind I am. I have read and watched all the way to what is it called? They're literally right there now in the Netflix season 2, where you're going to be fighting. They're going to be fighting Crocodile. Um, it's in what is it called? Ala something.
Alabasta.
Alice. Yeah, Alabasta. Yep. So I'm literally at the part where like Luffy is about to go fight Crocodile. I think that's his name. He's like a warlord or something.
Yeah,
And this is over the span of years, like where I sat down, read it all the way through, and then I took a huge break and went to other things that were much shorter because I felt like I'd get more out of reading the same amount of chapters of something, and I'd cross multiple series. And then when when I was on leave from work, I was every night. So I had my daughter, and so I was bouncing her every night, and I had the TV on in the back. And what else am I gonna do other than watch One Piece while I'm bouncing this baby every night? And I watched literally from one to I want to say I think it's like 100 or 110 is where I got to. So I literally like watched exactly to where I had read because I wasn't able to sit there and read it because I was bouncing around. So I had the TV on, while I was trying to get her to
yeah.
sleep.
Having kids and reading is kind of a hard thing to do.
Yeah, so I just was like, well, I'm just gonna watch it. I got a TV, we're chilling. Let's do it. And yeah, I think I'm in this same boat where I know a lot of the spoilers, obviously, and that's I'm not at all upset because I just haven't got into it. It's been around for so long, so everything's a spoiler to me, which is fine. And I'm excited for everything that happens between what you just talked about and where I'm at. Like, there's so many different fights that I know are such big hits to the
You haven't even gone to
community.
the introduction of the gear system, so
No, no, yeah, exactly. So I'm super excited. And this is where, you were talking about your backlog and maybe we can organize or come up with a vote or something with the community or, us or however we want to work that out. But yeah, I mean, especially for me, One Piece is such a slog of not in a bad way, just volume, like to get through. Of it's gonna
there's
take a while to ever catch
so
up.
much out there. If
Yeah.
you're just coming into it, they're talking about doing a new version of it. I don't remember what it's called, but I remember hearing about this through a YouTube video of it's One Piece without it cuts out all the filler and
Is it
condenses
One
it.
Pace?
Yeah, something like that. I don't remember.
I think that was somebody made it on their own and they got in trouble. It
I
wasn't like a official thing like Kai, from
I
what
think
I
there's supposed to be an
saw.
official one where they're
Okay.
they're pretty much taking season one and condensing it down for people to make it easier to follow and get caught up.
Oh, well, I'll just do what I did when the Harry Potter movies started coming out, and I'll just stop reading and I'll wait.
I would still read honestly. There's so much good that happens in the series.
Oh yeah, it's gonna take so long
I
for that
doubt
to even
they're
get
not going to
anywhere.
be able to catch all of that if they do a condensed version. Like I could
Right.
see them dropping certain parts of it and still be able to have a decent story.
Yeah. I should have noted which ones I've already talked about. So that was, I think, one. I was piggybacking off of your One
Yeah.
Piece. I wanted to make sure I okay. So I got one more to share. So then, another one is I've heard this from some friends in IRL and online. Fairy Tale is another one that I need to get into. I don't really know much about it other than I've heard
I'm
it's really good.
it is really good. I need to finish it. So I was keeping up with the manga. I don't remember what happened, but it made me stop, and I still need to read the last little bit because it's really in the last arc of Fairy Tale that I had to stop for some reason, and I just didn't get back into. Um, I
But the
actually,
story's over, right?
yeah, the
Like
story's
it's
over.
animated.
It's completely done.
Yeah, everything.
I think they're
Yeah.
doing
Okay.
another series based in the same universe, but even
Okay.
there's actually another series that's really similar. You can tell it's made by the same person. I think it's like Eden Zero. Um,
Oh, I have heard that.
yeah, that would be another one for that. That'd be good for you to catch up on or watch.
Okay.
If watch Fairy Tail first, Eden Zero is more sci-fi.
Okay. Oh, I like sci-fi. Sci-fi's fun.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, that's my next two.
All right, then I'll go to my next two. Campfire cooking. Another word. My absurd skill is something I want to watch more of. There's two seasons of this, and they have the manga, which I need to read. um,
Okay.
the main character gets transported to a different world, and his when he goes to this new world, his only skill that he gets from the somebody, like he has base stats, everything, but he has online grocery.
Okay. That's his skill.
That is his only skill that he got from going in this world.
Okay. So how does he get to utilize it? Do you know, or that's
Yeah,
what you're
I've,
looking
I've
forward to?
watched the first two seasons of it. I know what
Okay.
happens with it.
Oh,
But
okay. I
that's
guess
that's a
yeah. You
premise.
don't have to
It
spoil,
is
but
a
that's funny.
silly premise. Um, but turns out when you got access to online grocery and it actually has all the Japanese industry grocery stores and everything in it, so you can get water, you get fresh water, you can get our bread in a medieval world. You can get all of our different sauces and everything they ever use, like he does teriyaki and everything.
Yeah.
It tends to stand out a bit.
Yeah.
And it turns
Absolutely.
out that what ends up happening is a Fenrir, which is like a legendary beast in this world, falls in love with his food. And he's like, okay, I decided I'm going to follow you. We're going to make a contract. I'm going to be your familiar. Deal with it.
That's That sounds exactly like that time I got reincarnated as a slime with Rimuru, and I forget the dragon's name. It starts with a V. Um, and he like eats him, and then eventually like he spits him out. But like, and then he's just Biff, and he's hanging out with him like the whole time.
Yeah. This is a bit
Okay,
different. Their relationship isn't quite the same as Rimuru and what was it? I'm drawing a blank on the name as well.
I'll look it up.
Valdora?
Yes, I think you're right.
Valdora
Yes, I think
Tempest, I
that's right.
believe it is.
Yep.
Yeah, it is a completely different relationship than that. He does get other familiars as well as the series progresses. Currently, he has 3. I wonder if he gets more. I can see him getting more. And each one of them
Yeah.
just comes to him because they start smelling something super nice. He's just like, I want to eat that.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yep. The other one I'm keeping track of, well, I watched the first season of this. There is a second season of this. I need to get caught up and keep on watching this. Is Kaiju number 8.
Ooh, I've heard of that.
Yeah, that's actually gotten a lot of popularity, and I really loved the first season of it.
Okay.
And I really need to watch the second one.
So are they like? Is it like a typical kaiju where they're huge monsters in
So yeah,
terrorizing
there's huge
cities or protecting them?
monsters, but the main character actually gets turned into a kaiju,
Oh,
and but he still has his own personality and everything, and he can actually forcefully control it and turn back into a normal human. And his whole goal was to join the group that's hunting these kaiju's. And so he finally becomes through this whole thing. He actually becomes a member of the group, and he's constantly trying to help people while also trying to hide the fact that he's a kaiju and help people out in as if he can.
yeah. That's a fun premise. Okay, I like that.
Yeah, well, at least that's season 1. I won't
Okay,
spoil what happens at
fine.
the end of it.
Yeah,
Watch it. It is good. I
yeah.
loved it.
Those are good. Let's see. So, since talking to you and other friends in the past, my next one was Full Metal Alchemist. I think it's a no-brainer for anyone that is into anime. Of like, yeah, dude, why is that not first on your list? I don't remember which one, or Brotherhood, I guess I'll say specifically.
Brotherhood. Yeah.
And so I don't remember which one I started watching a long time ago. Probably Netflix again. I saw a couple episodes, and it just was kind of like another thing of like, yeah, I'm interested, and then I just kind of like forgot or whatever. Like I just didn't make the time to come around to it. It wasn't anything negative. I just didn't come around to it. Uh, so I do think that can I do think I should come around to what would you recommend? Watch it or read it?
I would just go ahead and watch it.
Okay.
Honestly,
Okay.
I really like how the show came out. It does show the animation and everything really well, especially the fight scenes. It's amazing in there, and the Brotherhood isn't super long either.
Okay.
They condensed the
That's nice.
story a bit, and technically some of so the first part of they kind of skipped some of the first part of the Full Metal Alchemist series a bit because it was shown in the original Full Metal Alchemist, and honestly, it doesn't add a whole lot besides adding one person that keeps on showing up every so often, which they do a
Okay.
flashback type thing to explain him. Um,
Okay.
but yeah, I would say that it's a really good one to just watch and instead of read, you'll get the same thing. So
Yeah. Okay. And then my next one, and I think I'll stop the list here for me, is it's called, I think it's Record of Ragnarok. So this one, I think, has a bunch of different gods and deities across a ton of different mythologies. I don't really know much about it other than that, and I'm a sucker for different mythology stories. Like I'm pretty sure like there's Greek, there's Norse,
oh, it goes
there's
through all different.
Chinese.
You see Buddha, you see uh,
Yeah,
Adam, Eve. It
yeah,
goes
yeah,
through almost
exactly.
every single mythology. I have watched it to an extent. I
Okay.
will say one thing that kind of irked me in the whole thing is that it takes so long to get through one battle because they go through everybody's backstory. Through
Oh,
it's
a
like
lot of introduction. Yeah,
yeah, it is an insane amount of introduction and it to the point that the battle itself is kind of the side note to the actual storyline behind each of these people.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I haven't seen or read much other than I know it touches on all those different characters. And like I said, I'm a sucker for reading these different things or seeing what this person or this writer has a take on with these different things that already exist. And so uh, that's pretty much why I put that on the list. And I've also heard it's pretty good, so that was another bonus point.
That,
All right, you want to give
that's
two
what,
more, and then we'll wrap this.
I think because I started and I did one, I think I'll do one more. I think
Oh
that will
yeah.
make us even. I'll do Mashal, Magic and Muscle. Um, I watched the first season of this. I need to watch. I know I watched the first two seasons of it. I can't wait for it to continue on. Um, it's another one that I can't that was really well done. The main character is in a world where if you have no magic, you're killed immediately. It's actually illegal not to have magic, and he was born magicless. And how they can tell is like there's a
Oh,
mark somewhere over their body, like a line. And if you have two lines, you have more magic, etc., etc. Usually, you only
okay.
get like 2 or 3 lines from what I understand in the series. He has no
Yeah.
lines, but his grandpa, well, it's not biological grandpa. He gets adopted, pretty much. Takes him and pretty much just trains him like crazy for muscle to the point that he's
Okay.
actually strong enough to just thrap away any magic attack or anything that happens against him. Like there's one scene of the guys like making magical giant swords and just fling at him. He catches it.
Ah, the disrespect.
Yeah.
That
It's
sounds
hilarious.
good.
He's very single minded, but it ends up in a very good way for him.
Yeah. Okay. That's a good. That sounds fun. Breaking the mold and being different, right? And
Yeah.
that's exciting.
But since he
Cool.
owns every single magic person that he's fought against.
Yeah. Especially when he gets to, as soon as he's on top of them, it's over, right? It's like,
Mm-hmm.
yep. What
And
are
it's
you gonna
very
do?
easy for him to do that because he's also super fast. And
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's like, your typical RPG, if you're playing with a variety of friends or some team, right? Like, you don't just want a group of healers. You also don't just want a bunch of tanks, like, you want the variety.
yep.